Hello and welcome to this beginner's yoga class. We are in a series. This class, my yoga classes are, hey, look at all this. My yoga classes are on Twitch. What's Twitch? Come over and find out. It's so fun. It's so exciting. It's just a wonderful place to get together, do some yoga, and hang out with each other as well. Would love to have you there sometime. So this is a beginner series. Just like I was saying, we'll use some blocks, we'll use some straps or a strap, and of course a blanket, a yoga mat. If you're ready, let's get this class started. Thank you for being here. Let me first start by saying, so we're officially starting the class now, and just wanted to say welcome everybody. I'm so glad that you're here. I definitely invite questions during the class regarding yoga poses. I want you to talk to me. How are you doing? And I'm so glad, Chosen One, that you have some blocks and some props handy. So we're going to start in Hero's Pose. I'm going to place two blocks here between my kind of like calves, ankles, and then sit up on them. And this gives me a nice tall spine. And there's like no pressure. I don't feel pressure in my hips or my knees. You don't have to have them. You can use folded up blankets, any type of support here. Or if this is just really like not for you, don't worry, just come into an easy seated pose. But if you're in Hero's Pose with me, we're gonna have a nice tall spine, deep breath. Open the front body. So allow that breath to open the front of the torso. Thank you so much for rating Kittens Kung Fu, Kilos Kittens. If you don't already know, Kittens Kung Fu, why am I saying his name wrong? Dragon Blue. Thank you so much for subscribing. Whew, let's breathe. All right, so in Hero's Pose. That sounds like a really good intention. Sometimes we just need that space of like, you know what, I'm gonna take care of myself. I am going to take care of myself. So like Vantana, if you're not feeling so good today, and you just do what feels right for you. Maybe that is just hanging out and not doing the yoga. The option to not do is also an option. You can just breathe with us. All right, so we're gonna let the shoulders relax away from the ears. Here in our Hero's Pose. I'm trying to get my screens back to so I can see everything. Joe Venom, welcome. Yay, welcome. All right, and then we're going to start to take this up to standing. Before we do, just in a moment, like just to thank for, have a feeling of gratitude. Hey, Petrocholi, thank you so much for subscribing. Yay! And I need to do a pose for Dragon and you. Wow, nice. We're gonna have our hands at heart center just for a moment. This is a physical, thank you for hosting my stream, Vantana. This is a physical, expression of gratitude. So this is a mudra Anjali Mudra. It just means gratitude. Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you for subscribing. I am so grateful, so grateful. We'll just take in a deep breath here. Let the air come all the way into the belly and exhale. I really love those emotes. Those are like my favorite. How did you know? Deep breath and exhale. Just so grateful, so grateful. All right. All right, so we're going to come up to standing. Feel the movement. Yes, feel it. Feel it. Oh, so glad y'all are here. Y'all are like super amazing. Wow, y'all are awesome. All right, so this first pose that we're going to do is extended hand to toe. So it's kind of energizing, right? So you can use a strap or you can use your hand. Now I've seen Van Tana do this and it's beautiful when he does this. So you take your peace fingers maybe around your big toe or the inside of your foot or outside of your foot. And you can use a strap here. If this doesn't feel right for you, you can go against a wall and balance. And then you extend the leg out long. Now, if that's like, what the? Use your strap. You don't have to have your foot way up super high. You can have it low and then out. And even as you do this, press your grounded foot into the floor. Hey Mints, I've been doing this yoga for a very long time. I mean, I've been doing it for 20 years. So we're gonna take that to the other side. And it's, like I said, it's a penny in the piggy bank, just little bit by little bit, just like you saw me trying to do a pose for Petroccioli. And I couldn't get my feet off the floor. That's okay. Just give it a little try as you can. Listen to your body, that's the most important thing. And some days we can do these poses and some days they're just like, your body says no, like no, 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 no. And that's perfect, that's fine. So I'm gonna practice that with a strap, just to demo that there. And so you can place your hand on a chair, on the wall, send that foot out to the side. Silent Ice Cream is here. Oh, I'm so glad you stopped by, Ajit. Thank you so much for stopping by. We're just here trying some yoga. All right, this time we're gonna do the same thing, except we're gonna send the foot out in front. So you can use the strap here if you like. I'm so glad you stopped by the Silent Ice Cream. Thank you. So I've got my foot pointed forward. I have my arm up, but you can have your arm on a wall. You can have it on a chair. You can be grabbing your foot instead of the strap, and then we'll lower down and switch to the other side. So as we switch to the other side, maybe you bend, like step forward onto your right foot and then bend the left knee up. So this is actually stork pose here. I've got it in the strap. I'm gonna grab that strap with the same side hand, then straighten the knee. Yes. Working in the garden. I went outside for a little bit, looked at some weeds. Didn't pull them today, usually I do. And then we'll lower out of that, releasing down. As we move forward here, we're going to actually move into a forward fold. So you're welcome to come over to a couch, maybe a real couch, not a dog couch. Have your feet about hip width distance apart. Maybe bend at the knees and then hinge at the hips forward. And then maybe your couch, hopefully it's like higher than this one. And if it's not, that's okay too. But you can use the couch, or if you don't have any support, you can use the wall. I don't know if you can still see me. Yeah. So you could come to the wall. Really, I know this sounds weird, but really work on separating the hip bones, like feel them pressing out away from your body and a bit separating from each other. So then you have this internal rotation of the thighs as you press the hips back, okay? If you don't have a wall or a free wall or a couch or anything, you can place your hands on your thighs, knees, shins, or if it is available to you, you can place your fingertips on the floor and really feel the hips, like this energy facing like at this 45-degree angle up, like you're pushing up and out of the hips, keeping the back flat here. As you come up, you can come up with the bent knees. So trying to show modifications for like complete beginners. And I was sitting in on Grand Pooh Bear. He's a video game streamer here on Twitch. And he said he wished he could touch his toes. He wished that he had the flexibility. And it's all just that little, I mean, even if you're here, that's okay. It's all just little stretch by little stretch and being consistent about it and not being hard on yourself at all. Like, there's no need to feel like, oh, I can't forward fold like that magazine is doing, like the pages. All right. So when you're ready, you'll come out of the forward fold and we will move on to Trikonasana. Supposed to go water your strawberry plants. Trikonasana. So taking a nice wide stance, not too wide, but just wide enough. You don't want to feel like you're stretching way too much in the hips. So maybe go out to where you're like, oh, that feels like a really intense stretch, and then back it on up just a bit. Bring the feet just a little bit closer together. Then we're going to turn those left toes out toward the left. The right toes angle in at a 45-degree angle, or maybe less. Listening to your body here. Sending arms out parallel to the floor. Shift the hips back, reach forward, and then turn the front hand down, or let the front hand float down and the back arm float up to the sky. You're a rag doll normally, yeah. Thanks. The Silent Ice Cream is the one who wrote this music. He's probably jumped off already, but this is his song. In triangle pose, it's important to keep your back nice and straight. So we don't want to be like rounded. And so here you can use your blocks as a prop. Yeah, I don't know where he got the sound of like the horses, and if he just like went out into the field and recorded them, or how he did that with this music. I haven't asked him yet. Every time you try to grow stuff, squirrels, oh, I miss the squirrels come and destroy it, yeah. We're gonna bring our arms up, and then we're gonna switch to the other side. So taking that block with you, taking the right toes out toward the right and angling the left toes in. And sending arms out parallel to the floor and turning. Sending that front hand anywhere on the leg is fine. It can even be way up here on the thigh, knee or shin. Welcome back, Mints. Put on 80s music. Yeah. On Thursday nights, actually, I do put on more like upbeat music. It's really fun on Thursday nights. Continue to breathe deep. Yay! Lil Berries. Oh, wow. Yeah. Do you guys remember Lil Berries? We rated her last week and she was doing the Zumba. Bend into that front knee, inhale the arms parallel to the floor and bring the hands down. Yeah, y'all remember. Welcome back. I'm so glad you're here. Mom Vaughn. Yay, Mom Vaughn. Awesomeness. Extended side angle. Oh, this one. In this one, we actually do want to take our feet a little bit wider if you're comfortable doing so. And then we're going to turn the toes over to the left, angle the right toes in, bend this time into the left knee so that the left knee is over the left ankle. Sending arms out parallel to the floor, and then we're going to bend that front left elbow, placing the left forearm onto the thigh, and then send the right arm up and overhead. That was just very serendipitous, Lil Berries. It really was. It was just kind of one of those things meant to happen. And I'm so glad that we were there with you on your day. Yeah. Down dogs into pizza. Hey, we have plenty of, if anybody wants to hit exclamation point D, it's the Discord, our Discord, and we've got lots of pictures of yoga and pizza. So we're going to take this to the other side, straighten that left leg, turn both toes forward, then the right toes come over to the right and the left toes kind of angled it in toward the midline of the body, bending the right knee over the right ankle, bending that right elbow, placing the right forearm on the thigh, and then reaching up and overhead with the left arm. Very good. Thank you. Thank you so much, kittens. So that's our Discord. You're welcome to join the Grace Yoga server and check out some of the memes that we got there. Some good stuff. The food, the pictures of the food. Oh, so good. We have some really good cooks and chefs, and everything just looks so amazing. So breathing here, we're going to send the right arm away from the ear. The left arm away from the ear. Deep breath and exhale. Bring arms to parallel to the floor, straighten the front leg, turn the toes toward the front. Yep. Bringing hands to heart center. Deep breath as we move into our warrior one. Okay, let's do this. I'm going to start to introduce into our beginners class a little bit of a flow. So we're going to heel toe the feet together, come to the front of the mat, and we're going to kind of combine some of the things that we've already done so far. Bringing feet just about hip width distance apart, rolling shoulders back and down, inhaling the arms up to the sky. This is extended mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold. You can bend your knees just as much as you need, planting hands around the front foot. We're going to step back with our right foot and plant the right heel down. So notice the heels, they should be on railroad tracks here. Deep breath here, bend into that front knee, and as you exhale, you're going to lift the arms up and overhead. So this is warrior one. Deep breath here. You can always step up, bringing the feet a little bit closer together if it's a little bit too much, or you can step the feet wider apart, away from each other, if you want more of a challenge. On your next exhale, we're going to sweep that hand down, place it around that front foot, turn on the back toes, slide the front foot back. You're welcome to stay in high plank with the knees off of the ground, or you can bring the knees down, point the toes. Bend the elbows, keep them hugged in toward the chest. You can keep your hands wider if you'd like here. And lower down, pointing those toes, inhaling, peeling the chest away from the floor. So this is a baby cobra here. Exhale down, tuck the toes, and then press the floor away. Send the hips up to the sky. Step up with the feet just a bit. This is downward facing dog. Here you want your fingers spread nice and wide. The palms, the knuckles of the fingers, and the fingers themselves are pressing into the floor. The center of the hand feels like it has a little suction cup pulling up in the very middle of the palm. On your next exhale, we're going to walk the feet all the way up to the front of the mat. Inhale to halfway up. You're welcome to bring your palms onto the knees, thighs or shins. Exhale, forward fold. And inhaling all the way up with a flat back. Good. Palms touch and exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale the arms up and exhale, swan diving down. Inhale to halfway up. Here we really want to feel our shoulders like back and away from, like we don't want to have this rounding feeling. We want it to be open and lifted. You're even welcome to bring your blocks here to half lift. And exhale, planting the hands around the feet, stepping back with the left foot. Having the feet on railroad tracks and then angling that left heel down, planting that left heel, bending into the right knee. Deep breath here. And then as you exhale, we're gonna send the arms forward and up, drawing that navel in toward the spine. Very good. Deep breath here and exhale. And inhale, bringing the breath all the way down into the lower belly, below the belly button here. If your shoulders are reaching up toward your ears, let them relax down. Warrior one. On your next exhale, we're gonna sweep those hands down, plant the hands around the front foot, turn on those back toes, slide the front foot back, meeting in high plank. And then rolling shoulders back and down, knees are welcome. Exhaling, lowering chest and chin down to the floor, point the toes. Inhale, peel the chest away from the floor. Exhale, tuck the toes, press the floor away with your hands, send the hips up to the sky as we meet in downward facing dog. One more time, just pedal the feet. Press the hips up to the sky. Deep breath here, and then as you exhale, we're gonna walk all the way up to the front of the mat. Inhaling to half lift, and exhale, forward fold. And inhaling all the way up to the sky. Arms up, extended mountain pose here. Exhale, hands in front of heart center. Inhale the arms up, mini back bend here. Sending the fingertips and the energy up and back. And exhale, hands back to heart center. We're gonna step back with the right foot, plant the right heel down. Take a look at your heels. Make sure they're on one line this time. And then we're gonna inhale the arms parallel to the floor, bending into the left knee. So my feet are kind of close together right now. For a more challenge, you would take your stance even wider and bring this front thigh more parallel to the floor. But if you're like, I'm not feeling it tonight, then you just bring your feet a little bit closer. Deep breath here, and then exhale, release the hands down, bring toes forward, and then we're gonna take it to the other side. So pointing those right toes out toward the right, angle the left toes in. Arms come to parallel to the floor and bend into that right knee. Make sure that the knee is over the toes. When you look down, you should be able to see your right big toe on the inside of this right knee. If you're really like super like, well, let me just show you what happens sometimes. The knee starts to angle in this way. And we don't want that. We want to keep that knee out. So that's what I mean when you look down, like I see my big toe on this side of my knee, on the inside of my knee. So be careful, watch out for this. I've seen it happen, it happens a lot. And It may be that we're just really tight in our hips. Could be any reason, you know, so just watch out for that. Another deep breath here. And exhale, straighten the leg, bring hands to heart center. Very nice. All right, we're gonna keep this on the same side here, and then we'll take it to the other side, doing the same thing. So last time we did this, we kind of grabbed opposite hands to opposite elbows, which you're welcome to do that here. Or you can place your hands in prayer behind the spine. If that's not available to you, you're welcome to just bring your hands to your hips. Just do what's right for you. Take your feet a little bit wider, and then on your next exhale, hinging at the hips, forward folding over that front midline of the body. So we're not taking the heart over that leg, we're just keeping it over midline. Not forcing, not judging ourselves, not worrying about it, just breathing where you are. Kind of the story of Goldilocks, if you're familiar with that. I've been thinking about that story quite a bit lately. How it's not too much, not too little, it's just right. And then bringing it up. I want to turn the toes forward, and then we're going to take it to the other side. You can't do prayer pose behind the back. You can just get your fingertips to touch, so you're like this. So another option would be to grab opposite hands to opposite elbows, or keep your hands on the hips. And after keeping, like even on me, this is like, feels a little bit intense for my hands. And you may be like me, like we're on the keyboard quite a bit, like this, you know, just constantly pressing our wrists into the desk or whatever, and just typing quite a bit. And so I think because of that, I feel this is very like intense for me in the wrists. And if you're ready, we're going to hinge at the hips. Oh, look at those emotes. Nice. I like the purple mohawk. Pumpkin Panda, I love your emotes. Yes, he absolutely does. So again, we're not forcing this. I mean, this is an intense hamstring stretch, so be careful. Oh, look, I love them. Exhaling, pressing your foot into that front foot, pressing up all the way to standing. Release the hands, shake out the wrists, shaky wicky. And then we'll come to forward. So meeting forward here, this is the fun one. We've kind of been working our hips, you know, so that maybe we could stand a little bit further. And if you're not ready to do that, that's fine too. From here, we're going to make sure we have our weight nice and even on both feet, and then exhale, forward folding. Hinging at the hips, bringing palms down to the floor or grabbing your blocks. Ooh. Very nice. Good night. Wowness. Where does your body come to the floor? Can your head touch the floor? Mine cannot. I'm going to place some blocks here, and that way I can rest my head. Then coming up all the way. So maybe you need to heel toe your feet a little bit closer together And then we'll come up all the way with a flat back, all the way to standing. Here's getting messy. I love all those emotes. Some of y'all did that. They were probably going across the screen. I didn't even see it, but I love them all. They are so colorful and happy. Hype, hype, hype. Oh, they're not coming across the screen. That's weird. They should have been. Let's see. Kappa. Let's go ahead and bring it down. Maybe try again. Maybe it was just that one setting, that one scene. Or maybe there's a limit or something. I don't know. Let's see. There they are. Yeah. All the love. All right, so coming down to the floor, we've done quite a bit of hip opening, like in our practice. Why am I looking up there? We've done quite a bit of hip opening. So now let's try our hero's pose one more time to see if there's any difference. Yay, look at that. And bam. All right. So we're trying our hero's pose one more time here. Awesome. Those are so cool. I like they're like really good. They remind me of like candy. You can tell what's on my mind, right? Candy. All right. So coming into your hero's pose, just like we did at the very beginning, and seeing if you feel any more open, because we've done quite a few hip opening stretches. And so maybe this is a little bit more comfortable for you. I think I said maybe like a Texan just now, maybe. And that's okay because I'm from Texas, so that's okay. Piñata. A piñata, yes, Mom Vaughn. Don't they look like candies that like got knocked out of a piñata? And if this pose is still not for you, just come into easy seated pose. Easy seated. And we're going to take our right arm up to the sky. And you see my palm? It's facing down, like it's over my head here. I'm going to place it like at the back of my head, slide it down, maybe to the neck, and then maybe to between the shoulder blades. Just wherever you're at, just listen to your body there. I'm going to reach around with the opposite hand with the fingernail polish side or the fingernail side against the back, reaching up for that opposite hand. If it doesn't reach, then just use a strap to connect the hands. So then even if you're like right here, right? So I got one side of the strap here, one side of the strap here. So even if you're like this is fine. And then over time, if your body allows, then you would cinch your hands closer together, never forcing, always listening to the body, making sure it's right for you. Breathe nice and deep. So I'll just take a cleansing breath right now. Deep breath in through the nose, if that's available to you. Scobo. And then exhale, martini. Good. Inhaling one more time. And that's okay. It's good to have that hand-to-hand connection with the strap. And then we're going to take it to the other side. Inhaling that left hand up, bending the left palm, just placing it wherever is right for you. And then reaching back around. Again, the fingernail side of the hand against the back. Maybe finding the strap or the fingers. Gomukhasana. For some reason, this is one of the Sanskrit terms that's stuck in my head. Gomukhasana, cow face pose. Start by kneeling normally like at a desk because the body will want you to lower the booty, and then add cushions for lowering and over the next few months or year. You may naturally, or you may have to use blocks like Grace. Yeah, I'm using blocks. I don't think I have to use blocks, but I want to demo blocks here because this is a beginner's class. You can't kneel, your knees feel like they're exploding. Yeah, so just sit comfortably for you. Yeah, don't kneel, just sit comfortably if your knees feel lots of pain. Dragon Maiden, welcome. Right arm on the bottom is harder for you, but you've made great improvements with my help. Thank you so much. It's just showing up, Dragon Maiden. It's you showing up. I was hanging out with Marcel JJ Grew on Sunday, and your name kept popping up on his stream. I'm not sure exactly why. We're going to release the hands, maybe because you were his last follower. We're going to inhale the arms up and exhale down. Inhale the arms out and exhale the arms across the body, taking note of which elbow is on top here. Reaching the hands toward the shoulders, shoulder blades. Maybe you're able to place your fingers between the shoulder blades. Maybe the fingers touch, mine don't. And then exhaling the hands out, and then back together, the opposite elbow on top as we stretch here. Dragon Maiden, we have the best group. Dragon Maiden has been with me since the beginning, y'all. Since the beginning. Go follow him, Grace approved. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. I think, oh yeah, anybody who doesn't know Marcel, follow him. Release the hands down, very nice. So I'm using my strap as a sash right now. So we can release that down to the side. Shoulder stand. So if you're ready for your inversion, we can do shoulder stand, or if you're not ready for shoulder stand, or if you don't feel too comfortable doing so, that's okay. We're actually gonna have the blanket so where they would be under the shoulders. I'm gonna bring this back some. Pashmina. You're so silly. That's funny. That's funny. I forgot to light our candle. Oh no, I gotta do that real quick. Yay! Candle has been lit. If you notice, I have a few other candles back here. They were bought from a local candle maker. Hey, thank you for hosting, Lil Berries. Thank you. All right, so we're gonna roll on down and placing the head on the mat, and the shoulders are gonna be on the blanket. You can either, and this isn't too comfortable just like this, so make any adjustments that you need. I'm gonna actually make this a little bit like bigger, so my whole torso will be on the blanket. That is better, that's better. So for complete beginners, anybody who's not comfortable like going further than this, let's just stay here. If you've never done shoulder stand or plow, please stay here. And then you can watch, and then if you would like to try later, then that's okay. And if you have questions about it, please feel free to ask. All right. So you can stay here, and you can even place the strap around the balls of your feet. Hold on to the strap here. So I'm gonna mime holding a strap. Or if you're ready, you can begin to rock the feet back and forth if you would like. So please don't feel pressure to do this, and if you've never done it, definitely watch first before trying.
So we're coming to plow first. The hands are going to be on the mat. The gaze stays up toward the knees, so we don't turn our head from side to side like I'm doing right now. Don't do that. You're going to keep your head forward, and then you're going to take your hands, place them at your hips, like right here, on the back of the hips. You'll feel your hip bones. You're supporting your back here. You're supporting your body. Start to shimmy your shoulder blades, like underneath, closer toward the midline of the body, sending the toes overhead. This is plow pose. Deep breath, inhaling and exhaling. Maybe the toes come to the floor, maybe they don't. Listen to the neck and the head, the back. And then as you're ready, you're going to send the heels up while you press your hands into your hips, supporting your body even more here. So very important, don't turn your head from side to side like I just tried to do. No, keep your gaze up toward your toes, your knees. Wow. Shoulder stand. So the hips don't have to be, you can kind of be at an angle here. This is fine. Or the back can be more straight, where you bring the hips more over the shoulders, but only listening to your body here. Keeping the feet together, knees together. And when you're ready to come out, you'll bend the knees toward the face. Find some balance in here, and then start to take the hands down to the mat. And then you'll roll down, vertebrae by vertebrae, down to the floor. Yeah, hips come down. Good. Yay! So if you want to try that, feel free to try maybe from here. And then you'll place your hands down and begin to rock the knees up and back, pressing yourself into plow, pressing your arms into the mat, then moving the palms of your hands to your hip bones here. Feel the bones stabilize there, pressing up into shoulder stand. When you're ready to come out, and I'm no rush here, I'm just walking through a little bit faster, but you can stay in these poses as long as you like, bringing the knees toward the face, hands plant to the floor, and then roll down to roll out. Okay, so I demoed twice. If you'd like to give it a shot, if you're comfortable, but no pressure. You do you today. And when you're ready to come out of that, feel free to just, and then we're gonna come down to our Savasana pose. Y'all did amazing. Coming down, lying on the floor on your back with a pillow, couch cushion, bolster under the knees. A blanket under the head. If you tend to get cold, cover yourself with a blanket as we meet in Savasana, with eyes starting to close. If lying on your back isn't comfortable, you're welcome to lie on your side or even sit up. We'll start to find stillness here. Letting everything from our practice start to integrate into our bodies. Whatever came up for you in class today, just know that it was meant to be. Know that you are exactly where you are supposed to be on your journey. And know that it's okay.
perfectly okay. Take in a deep breath in through the nose, and then exhale, sigh that out through the mouth. And just notice how that breath affects the body, how taking in a deep inhale, pausing, and then exhale. Notice how the body responds. If you're lying on your back, tuck your shoulder blades back under the ribs and let your arms kind of come out to the sides, maybe at a 45-degree angle with the palms up or in, or however feels best for you. And allow your body to start to feel heavy, as if it's made of lead. And like if it were, the floor were just like breaking below you. It's like, you're just melting into the floor. Or maybe better yet, that your body were made of warm, soft clay. And we're settling down. And for the next 10 breaths or so, begin to count your exhales. Exhaling 10. Exhaling 9. Continue to count at your own pace here. And whenever you're ready, wiggling fingers and toes, hugging knees into chest, rolling over to one side, and gently pressing yourself up into seated. Thank you so much for your practice today. The divine light and grace that is in me is honored by the divine light and grace that is in you. Namaste.